Hi, my name is Molly Higginson, and I recently just lost one of my best friends to suicide. My best friend's name was Jeff, and I met him in 6th grade. We kind of lived in the same area, and we just grew up together. His personality was very unique. I'd say it was very outgoing, very festive, if that's the right word. Like, he's just very unique, and he never really cared what people thought about him, and he was just a friend to everyone. We went on a spring break trip with a group of our friends, and he was down there at the time with family, and we met up with him and hiked, and he seemed like 100% fine, like totally just normal. The night before, he was like hanging out with friends, like they were watching sunsets, like spotting, just like totally Jeff things. So then that next morning, he was up the mountain and he went alone for a few hours around lunchtime. And then around like 2 in the afternoon, I want to say, like 1:30, he posted on his Snapchat story something that was like a picture of him, and he was like, "Thank you for all you do, whatever, see you on the other side," or something. We tried to look, but he had shut off like all locations, all services, and then everyone was calling him, texting him, like nothing was going through. And then one call went through and he picked it up and was just like breathing really heavy. And one of my friend was just like, "Are you okay? Like, where are you? What's going on?" And he just hung up. And that was it. How I found out was I actually had to go to practice right after school. So I was at practice, and I do competitive cheer, so I was just in like a faraway gym. It wasn't through the school. And I was just like, because I hadn't heard about any of this, because like I said, it was at the end of the school day, and then I just go straight to practice. So I wasn't like on my phone. I was like disconnected from everything. I went there, and then I guess my mom had called my coaches to let them know she was coming to get me and why she was coming to get me. She was crying, and I was like, this is so weird. Like, why is my mom here? Why is she crying? And then you obviously know something's like wrong. So then she walked out and just started crying and wouldn't say anything to me. And I was like, what's wrong? Like, who's gone? Who's dead? Who's like, what's happening? And she was like, Jeff killed himself. I didn't even like start crying. I just was like, what? Like, I was like, there's no way. If you know him, he's the very last person you would ever think would do that. And so I was like, there's no way. And then she just was like, yep. And then that's when I just started like crying and then breaking down. And then from there, I went straight to the school, because the school had like a emergency meeting type thing. Everyone was just like a wreck, and it's so weird to see like people's emotions that you wouldn't think you would see that just like pulled through, and they showed, and everyone kind of came together, which I thought was really cool. My perspective on life has changed, I think in a few ways. You truly don't know what people are going through, and I always kind of was like, well, somebody has to know. They had to have said it to someone, or they had to have posted, you know, like whatever. But like, you truly don't know what people are going through, and that's what's really clicked to me, is like, oh, like I had no idea, because at school the day before he was 100% fine. And so I'm like, not anything was different. So I'm just kind of like, you really don't know what's going on in people's mental, personal minds. So something I wish Jeff would have known is like, it's not a bad life, it's just a bad moment, and that bad moment can last a week, a couple hours, months, years, whatever it is, but that's not a bad life. That's just a tiny portion of your life that might be sucky, but every rain has some thunder, and then the storm ends. Like, you can move past it, a rainbow will come, like it'll get better, everyone can move on. And so I just wish he would have maybe thought of that, or had that thought before in his life. Jeff like truly did have such like a love for everyone, but I especially felt it for me. And I feel like his love was just so undescribable and so like raw and real, that he would always just like let you know how much he loved you no matter what. And he was just really good with that. So I just want to be like that type of person to other people if I can be. And then just to live like you, like it's your life, it's your decisions, it's your choices, whether you want to linger on the bad or if you want to find the good in every moment you can, whatever it is. I just feel like it would be good to live by the love like Jeff, live like you. And that's how I'll remember him. So.